Fahim from Bangladesh.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, during the time of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, there was a powerful king who also claimed himself God. And from this story, we got the lesson that how truth defeats tyranny, ultimate destruction of arrogance. Yet, Allah tells us the story of Pharaoh and Musa, peace be upon him, most frequently in the Quran. So, Sheikh, since both stories carry the same basic lesson, more or less, my question is, beyond the basic moral lessons of this Musa Pharaoh story, that truth defeats tyranny, trusting Allah under immense pressure, and the similar struggle of our Prophet, peace be upon him, Muhammad's struggle against the Quraysh, Sheikh, intellectually, is there any deeper divine wisdom behind this repetition of a story?
There are many wisdoms that one can get out of similar stories, but not necessarily that it's limited to this or that. Now, the greater picture is the truth always prevails, and righteousness and what pleases Allah always will be victorious and come on top, no matter how long it would take, and falsehood would perish. This is the generic picture. In our times, for us, when we see tyrants, when we see superpowers that think they are beyond limitations and no one can dictate upon them what to do and what not to do, they have a free hand to attack, assault, invade, annihilate, and kill whomever they wish. We know when we see this that this is Allah's plan, and we are hurt and we are sad for what is happening to our Muslim brothers, but we have a grin and a smile on our faces. We've seen what happened 20, 30 years to your predecessors. We've seen what happened to nations greater than yours that ruled the whole world. Everything would collapse and fall. It's just a matter of time. And this is a test from Allah to us. So when we read these stories in the Quran and we see the manifestation of it, we know that the end is going to be similar, and it's soon with the grace of Allah.
I heard a lot from people that Ali alayhi salam, that he lifted the door of Khaybar, and I also that he only removed it. Which one is correct?
First of all, we do not say Ali alayhi salam to distinguish him from all the companions. We say Ali radiyallahu anhu ardah. This is what Allah said in the Quran. Radiyallahu anhum wa radu anhu. This is how Allah described them. And Allah described those who gave the Prophet ﷺ the pledge of allegiance under the tree that Allah has, or Allah is pleased with them. Radiyallahu anhum. So we don't associate Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, with alayhi salam. This is used usually by the Shia, and some of the scholars of Ahl Sunnah may by mistake fell in this mistake, or the scribes who wrote the knowledge from them maybe changed it without their knowledge. Is Ali one of the strongest companions? Without any doubt. He was the strongest of the companions and the most bravest of all. May Allah be pleased with him. However, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman are better than him. And this is our belief as Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And we believe that they're all in Jannah, and that the Prophet died while being pleased with them. And Abu Bakr and Umar are buried next to the Prophet ﷺ in his home, in the house of Aisha. Thirdly or fourthly, who's counting? Whether he carried the gates or opened it, it doesn't matter, because what counts is that he was strong. But was he a Superman? He could fly, he could do things that others can't do? No, he was a human being, but indeed one of the finest specimens of all. May Allah be pleased with him. And he was strong. So there's no need to exaggerate and affiliate stories of superheroes with him that are not authentic or logical even, and Allah knows best.